Before we continue with our scheduled content, we would like to take a minute and gather an opinion of you viewers. Recently, we have been uploading large amounts of content within a short time frame. Our question lies within a preference that you, the viewers, might have. Would you like to continue receiving a large amount of content in short time frames? Or would you rather us have scheduled releases when a large amount of said content accumulates? Please leave your preferences and opinions below in the comments section. Your opinions will be taken into heavy consideration when making a decision in this regard. Thank you, and enjoy the following program.
Hey, what's up there, guys? Welcome back to another Star Wars game, and we're gonna be playing something else today. If previously we covered some kick-ass games like Jedi Academy, Republic Commando, and Battlefront 2, today we'll be playing something less popular and something less successful in terms of the raw gameplay. We're gonna be playing Star Wars Empire at War. Granted, we are playing the expansion because I did not want to play the basic game. Expansion is a bit more fun, it has a bit more different units, a bit more things to do, as opposed to the vanilla game without the expansion, so bear with it. We're gonna be playing some Tiber Zon Consortium stuff. Once again, this is an RTS, not a first-person shooter, not a third-person shooter, so you can kind of understand why this game is not as popular as some other titles in the Star Wars series, though I personally enjoyed the game. However, it is definitely not up to par and up to standards over what a real Star Wars strategy game should be. Granted, nothing can compare with a lot of games such as Cossacks or even StarCraft. So you know what, let's just get in single player. I already played a little bit, so actually let's load a game. A little bit, I played for a little bit, like literally first two missions. So strategy game, pretty simple. In this particular campaign you play as Tiber Zon. He's a sort of speaking a mercenary dude, but with like an entire army at his side, sort of speaking, and what your mission is pretty much take out everything and anything you see in your sights. To corrupt the worlds one by one. Like you see, all of this is corruption. What you do before we get into the battles, you build your units outside of combat. There is no bases that can build units for you as it would be in a traditional RTS game. Instead, this is more like actually Total War series or even Civilization series. Granted, not exactly the same, but you build up your army before you get into combat. It's turn-based. You have your turns, and once done your turn, you wait for the turn to end, and then you redo it all over again. And when it actually comes to the strategy part, when you're actually in battle, whether it be space or on the planet itself, it becomes a normal RTS game in the likes of games such as Dawn of War, but without the building. So we'll see about that. Space combat is actually pretty fun. This is a very cool part of the game. I sped it up a little bit because the scrolling speed was really low. If it moves too fast for you, sucks to be you. And probably there's an enemy base right here, so we're gonna move over there. There's also movie mode, which is pretty cool for an RTS game. It's really cool to follow each unit to see how they move, especially during combat when there's blaster fires firing everywhere. It looks extremely well, and you can actually use this for machinima, for Star Wars machinima, if you so desire. And actually have a few ideas of my own, and probably gonna implement them in one way or another. But it all behaves differently. You have your normal taskbar right here, all your units over here, different types of units. You have fighters, you have cruisers, and you have heavy cruisers. Each faction has their own. By far, I love playing with the Empire. As you can see, this time we're gonna kill some hut people and their little forces right here. Got flank from the side, gonna move it to the side, and let's just turn on the movie mode and see how it goes. Cameras are actually pretty cool. They switch around. They're actually in the Star Wars style of movies. Nothing like super duper special, but it's pretty cool. And since you're playing like mostly bounty hunters, you get a lot of kick-ass units. As I said, this is an expansion. It's not an original game. Original game you just play either as Empire or as Rebels, as opposed to here where you play as a Zon's Consortium. If you guys know what Nal Hutta is and Nar Shaddaa, that's what kind of people you deal with. So imagine scum of the universe and you play as them. The game is relatively old. It's from 2007, so 5-6 years old. It's really cool. It's really cool graphics. You can zoom in. There's a lot of cool details. A lot of blaster fires, authentic sounds. Can't really complain about that. A bit thirsty actually. So you hear a lot of Units can range from like super duper expensive units to just plain units that everybody can use. Especially Zon Consortium has a lot of cool units that wouldn't be otherwise available to anybody or anything else. You do lose units really easy, especially in the beginning of the game. I'm probably going to lose this entire fleet, but I'm not really in need of it right now. My main focus was to show you some space battles and to show you how they play around. As you can see, we have some gunboats left and a few, actually no fighters at all. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to retreat. Because I don't want to lose the rest of the units. We're going to actually speed this up to see how much units we got left. Oh, only one gunboat left after the entire Babenza Zazenza. So there you go. We lost this much, they lost this much. It wasn't a fair fight anyway. They had an entire base. So now actually as you can see, you can build units right in the beginning. It's really different from the previous games because in these games you actually have time to talk and discuss the games. Me personally, I really love the games. I could not find anything particularly wrong with them per se. Granted, as many other games, this game did not do pretty well in terms of Star Wars. For a very simple reason. People just did not like it. And unfortunately for me, since I really did enjoy this game, I was forced to.
We've muscled in on Jabba's action.
Oh, okay.
We have some credits to work with. I've identified Mandel Hypernautics supply shipments as an easy next target. Hire some pirates to ambush them.
Why Mandel Hypernautics?
I can only rely on my strategic intuition so long, Uri. Raiding the supply ships will provide us better equipment than what the Hutts are using.
And how will raiding their supply shipments gain you ships?
If the Mandel supply ships are suddenly being raided, they'll need to take appropriate steps to ensure security.
Mission log updated.
Pretty cool. I like the voice actors. They're pretty cool. They're pretty great. What is these? Are these raiders? Grenadiers. So we're gonna buy a few grenadiers.
Troops. Training.
And the rest we're gonna put into fleet.
Unit in production.
Buy some gunboats and then gotta wait for them to build up. So that's how you do. You just build units here. You can also build buildings, sometimes both space and ground buildings, and depending on what you actually want to do. For example, if you want to focus a lot on fleets, you're not gonna win a lot. If you're gonna focus a lot on land parties, you're not gonna win a lot. You have to combine the two forces to create one functioning army. The problem that I see actually here with a lot of people who don't understand how to play this game is that you can't just plain out how should I say this get into the battles without first realizing what you need, and you can't combine fleets either. If you have one fleet made out of only ground troops and one fleet made up only of space troops, it's good for you, because that way you know exactly which troops are good for what. If you combine them and you have a space battle, you might lose a lot of ground troops because they're going to be in shuttles, not in spaceships like these. So you will just be decimated. And I'm just going to attack Shola because I want to show you some ground battles. We have some probably walkers, not really popular with me. I don't like walkers. I like units that are moving fast and hit hard. That's why I do a lot of infantry.
We've been paid.
And this is a ground battle, so it looks pretty standard. You can zoom in, zoom out. You have your units. The way it works is that in the orbit you have your own fleet, and what you can do, you can actually send in reinforcements. So there you go. We're gonna select our hero. We only have 3, so we're gonna pick this tank units, and we're gonna pick one hero or what? Yeah, we're gonna pick one hero. I like Tiberzon. I really like this bird guy too, Uri, but Tiberzon is kind of cooler. So that's what you do. You have your ground troops in orbit, and then you just send down troops on these control points to scatter across the map. The more of them you catch, the more troops you can send down for your match to begin. But I mean, it always works, but unfortunately, as you can see, ground troops are not really what you want to use here because of the heat. I would have definitely sent out these things if I read the description of the base, that the heat will affect them and how they perform. Unfortunately, I'm going to lose my troops, which I spent money to buy. The way you get money is that you capture planets, and each of these planets... Oh, I just lost something. Wow. See, don't pay attention, you lose stuff. Oh, we actually can build stuff. What do we want? Missile pod launcher, Yasamari cage, or say, we're gonna build this. Everything just gone because of this walk. As I said, I'm just playing just to play. I'm not really playing to win or anything. Where's my Tiberzon? Oh, there he is. Tabrzan has this really neat ability. He can buy out people. I actually kind of like it, but I can't use it right now. So we're actually gonna fall back here, and we're gonna summon our vehicle squads to take down their vehicle squads and infantry. As I said, each unit has their own little perks. For example, I'm gonna send out more of these. They're good against infantry and good against light vehicles. However, I'm not gonna do so good against these heavy walkers. So I'm gonna wait until Tabrzan gets his special ability back and actually buy out these said units. See, they're not losing health because they're not infantry. If I knew that, I probably would not even bother sending down the ground units, which is kind of a sad part of this situation. I lost like 3 nice squads, but I got 6 of these, so let's just go on, and one shot he killed them all. You also get money and experience. Experience doesn't really level up your character, it's mostly just money, so plus 50 is just money you get for killing the enemy units. You can't level up your heroes, they just not level upable. There is no really personalization in this game. You just play the way you are. You can outfit your planets the way you want. You can do something that gets you more money, something that gets you more troops. Obviously space stations that get you better ships, and the ground units that get you more ground units. Ground units are divided into infantry and heavy vehicles. Depends on what you want to focus on will be what you will get. So there you go, we bought out one of the units, so we lost one, but we bought one out. Also, I have a feeling I'm going to lose this battle since I'm losing a lot of troops. Not really something I'm looking forward to, but at least, Tabrzan, get back. He's gonna die. Yep, he's dead. Well, he's not really dead, he's gonna reappear once I get out of this combat battle. These guys had more troops than me, so they won. Obviously, expansion is a bit harder than the standard game, but you get the general idea of how this game plays, and I'm gonna play it for a little bit more. Gonna send out my troops back here and forget about this planet for now, because I don't have even enough to focus on. I see mercenary barracks, so I can build mercenaries, and I can also upgrade this once I get enough money. And here's your troop count, 14 out of 20. I have some ground units here, and I have a really small fleet of ships right here. So one of the things you have to do is pretty much build units that will progress you with the mission. Sometimes it's not as easy as you think, and you do have limited resources. For example, Rylos gives me 480 coins and per day, and then I get total 680 because I corrupted 2 planets, and these corrupt planets also gave me money. It is not prevalent in the previous in the original game, but it is in this kick-ass expansion. I really like the expansion more than the traditional game. So I'll actually need one Tabrzan for piracy, and 2 kidnapping for actual bribery. So I actually have to wait until Zan reappears. We're gonna speed this process up. Wait for Zan to reappear, and while I'm in that process, I'm actually gonna build up more units. Since ground units are important and space units are important, you have to really divide yourself, as I said previously. We're gonna build another unit of mercenaries. We're gonna build another big interceptor frigate, and we're gonna put him in here and wait until the frigate reappears. You see, it goes right away into your space fleet. So as you see, I have decided them. It is a tactical decision that I personally choose, as I said previously, but it's really good. It's not that easy to get spotted in terms of when you really want to fight. For example, I'm actually feeling the need to get my fleet into action and into combat and destroy some. No, let's not build that. We're gonna build a gunboat and see how that works out. I actually want to show you some more space battles while Tabrzan is being reinstated or whatever. So we're going to take this. We have a bunch of units. Oh, I can't attack because it's my mission. So actually, we're gonna go to Nal Hutta again. Actually Shola, and then to Nal Hutta and try to take out that base again. We're gonna work a bit slower this time and wait for the enemies to actually come to us instead of forcing our way into their little lair with their little base. Same concept works for the space battles as it does for the ground battles. Sometimes you will have too many units for the space battles. Every kind of a battle has limits of units that you can use. It's not like something you can build like 100 units and they all be in battle at once. You actually have to wait it out and wait until one of your units dies so you can resend more. That's something that people did not like. I don't know. I don't like it, but I enjoy playing this game enough to actually have a little bit bigger fleet. When time comes. Unfortunately, this is all the fleet I have. I don't have any reinforcements, so probably a smart move would be to leave my frigates in the back and send out my scouts and my fighters up front. These gunboats are pretty cool. It actually shows against what they're good against. They're good against big vehicles. They're not good against weak crews, and these are actually anti-fighter things. they're not really good against anything except fighters. Unfortunately, once you get into the battles, you forget about the small units and you only build big ships. Damn it. Because big ships have much more ordnance than these small craft will ever be. You should have few squadrons of fighters with you to counteract enemy fighters, but in essence they'll be useless after a while. As you being fired upon by the station, we are not going after the station, we're actually going after the enemy fighters to alleviate our problems. You see my fighters are already out. We're gonna use our gunboats, and let's go into the spectator mode to just watch how they fight. Not really spectacular fighting, but they do move around. They don't really stand still, and I send out just my units have been fighting pretty fancily and heavily, so we're gonna send out these guys after the gunboats, and we're actually gonna focus on specific units, specific guns on this space station. You can pick which gun you want your units to attack. It doesn't matter in the long run, but for example, if you want to take down their hangar, take down their hangar so they won't spawn any more ships. If you want to take down their turbo lasers, take down their turbo lasers. Fortunately, this thing is shielded, so we're gonna look for the shield. It should be right here. This is the shield generator, so we're gonna actually focus our fire on the shield generator and forget about everything else, because if we take down their shields and they won't, and this generator itself, they won't be able to regenerate their shields, because shields are regenerative and they can boost their shields up. So you see that we're firing both on the hangar and the shield generator. These guns are actually also tells which weapons these ships are equipped with. We can also go into ship mode and just look around at how this game goes. I prefer not to do it in intense battles, because it becomes really strenuously pointless. As you can see, everything is gone. I only have my 2 frigates, and I'm definitely going to lose a space battle again. As I said, I just wanted to have another space battle in my piggy bank before I actually shut down this little Dinga thing. As you can see, they're focusing their fire on this thing, because I'm not telling them to fire anything else. If we do that, they're going to focus fire on that, as opposed to the space battle. I might as well take down their little short vehicle patrol craft, lose my frigates, and take down their little turbo laser. As you can see, their shield rebooted because I didn't kill the shield generator, but their hangar was down. If I would have taken out their hangar, I would have had a slightly better chances, but whatever. Let's just retreat, because we're not gonna win this, and actually we're gonna lose this gunboat, this frigate as well. We have been defeated, but then again, I was doing it to pass time, to wait for Zahn to respawn, quote unquote, or get reconstructed, and that's all we took down, and we lost this much because of the stupid silly gun battle station. So since we lost a lot of space units, might as well build them up again. This costs 5 population, or 3, I think it's like 3 population or so. So we're gonna just build them up and just wait, speed the process up until we get more money, and there we go. We also have to wait for Zahn, unfortunately. So yeah, this is how this game plays. I'm probably gonna play a little bit more, and then once we take over Mandalore, and everybody knows what Mandalore is. I mean, if you don't know what Mandalore is, poop on you, poop on you. A few more seconds until Zahn reinstates himself. We can take out Mandalorian and end this. As I said, unlike any other game, this game is not something you really want to action based. You actually have to strategize and wait and blah 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 blah. Strategy game, turn based, and also real time strategy. So let's do that. We're actually gonna have a small battle with Tigers on, and we have specific missions to do. So there we go. We have Tigers on's craft, and we actually have the rest of his units. So this raid, pretty much, I did not have these units before with me. Maybe I did. Maybe I did not. I don't know. But missions sometimes give you units, and our mission right now is to, hey, guess what? Take down another space station. How wonderful! I am not excited about that at all. What does this do? Buzz droids. Ooh. Everybody saw episode 3, right? Everybody knows what buzz droid does. So shield generator is something that I'm going to be taking out for sure right now, and since we have a lot of gunboats, that's not going to be a problem. As I said, overpower them with the unit types and overpower them with the amount of firepower you have. There really isn't much you need to do in regards to that. You can strategize in your army build, but it really, as I said, down the line, you really won't care for these small units. They'll be pointless, useless. You will not even bother with them. There you go. Let's send out our buzz droids and these bozos. There you go. Little buzzies from Clone Wars in episode 3. If you guys seen that, pretty sure you did. And the enemy frigate, actually not frigate, what is it? Battleship appeared. That's gonna be a pain in the ass to take out, but actually I want to focus a lot more on this battle station before we switch to this frigate. As much, just as like in the space battle, a space station, there's a lot of different things you can focus your fire on this particular ship. Every ship has that, even my ships. Well, as you can see, 3 here. Small craft does not, so you don't have to worry about that. These gunboats have torpedoes. The red things are torpedoes. We're gonna focus on their engines, and after the engines, we're gonna focus on their shield generator. Oh, they don't have a shield generator. Wow, that sucks. For them anyway. I don't think some of my ships don't have shield generators later on as well, but they have really heavy plating. It's gonna take a while for them to take down. Engines, what they will do is leave them dead in the water so they won't retreat. 1 engine down in a few seconds, so that'll be good to go. After that, we're gonna focus on the turbo laser batteries and mass drivers. Mass driver is actually much more powerful than the normal turbo laser. We're gonna focus on that. I'm not. Oh, my gunboats are not even doing anything. What the hell? And after that, turbo lasers and iron cannons. Iron cannons take down your shields. Let's take down the iron cannons. And everything else is turbo laser and mass. Oh, 2 more mass drivers. I missed those. Let's take those out too. So they launch their torpedoes. Now the torpedoes are gonna go over there, and these guys are gonna focus their fire on the mass drivers. It's really hard to commentate over a strategy game when there's really isn't much to it. That's probably why this game was not as popular as StarCraft or any other strategy. Granted, it's really good graphically. I really enjoy it. And StarCraft it's much more exciting in StarCraft because you actually have builds. And you actually have to concentrate on your build in order to be successful. You have to adapt to what your enemy does. Granted, this is not a multiplayer match, this is a campaign match, but even in campaign in StarCraft, you have to kind of adopt and see where your enemy is going to go into, and scout the bases to see how to proceed with the game. This is not the case. That's why this game is not popular. Star Wars fan in me says this game is awesome, but a strategy guy says this game is short about 3 sticks from being an okay game. But I enjoy it, I play it. Up to you guys. We're not gonna be playing the original game because we played this. If you really would like to see something from original game like Rebel fleets or Rebel armies, give me a shout. We're gonna check out what's
I've
gonna
successfully
happen.
defeated
After
the Mandalorian chieftain.
talkie is over.
The
We're
continuing
gonna
raids will
conclude
soon
this.
bring them to their knees.
And yeah, that's done. Wow, that was fast.
Soon after you escaped, I went to recover the artifact from its hiding place.
Jabba must have given up half his criminal empire to buy that ancient puzzle. I'll bet he expected to double his wealth by selling it to the Empire.
Even at twice his price, the Empire would have paid far too little.
So you found out what it is?
I did gain some information. The artifact dates as far back as the Sith Wars, making it around 4,000 years old. For such an artifact to be so well hidden for so long, it must contain a secret of great importance.
Do you know its origin?
Based on the design, it is likely a Sith artifact. I believe it may be a data storage device of some kind, but it also seems to serve another unknown purpose.
Fascinating, Uri. If we could unlock its secrets, we might find something very useful. I want you to keep investigating, but not at the expense of our rebuilding. I want Jabba, the Empire, everyone to know that the Zond Consortium is back.
Alright there, guys. Remember?
While I was in prison, one of my cellmates mentioned that the Emperor had a vast collection of treasure that he kept all over the galaxy in hidden vaults. I persuaded him to share more information with me.
Only an ex-Imperial officer would truly know that. Did he mention the location of these vaults?
I never found out, unfortunately. I may have been a bit overzealous in my questioning. He may not have known the locations of the vaults, but I'm convinced his story is more than just a rumor. And now we have the perfect opportunity to test the story, thanks to the rebels.
The rebellion.
Alliance forces have destroyed the Imperial Death Star over Yavin 4. Most Imperial battle stations carry data pods that are to be ejected during emergencies. Perhaps someone thought to follow protocol before the Death Star was destroyed.
And if the rebels are still in the vicinity?
The rebels will be there. They have an entire base on Yavin 4 and have nowhere else to go. The Empire will soon send a fleet to retaliate. We must move quickly to find a data pod.
There are a few planets between us and Yavin that the Consortium doesn't control. What is their fate?
Corrupt them. Conquer them. Be creative, Uri. Just remember that getting to Yavin is our goal.
Mission log updated.
Alright then guys, so remember there's more Star Wars games to come. Keep your eyes open. If you want to see more of Forces of Corruption, Empire at War, please like and leave a comment. If you enjoyed this, just tell me. I like comments. Alright guys, thank you very much and peace out.